Welcome to my new video. On this video I'm going to be doing an overland style trip. A little bit different than most overland trips. I am not following a route. Absolutely not. I have a start point, I have an end point. I have a few points in between that I know I'd like to hit. And I am just going to look at my map and try to figure out how to connect the points with as much dirt as possible. The whole point of this trip is something I've wanted to do for quite a while now, and I've pieced a couple sections of this together. But what I'm doing is I am way down in northern Wisconsin in the Nicolet National Forest. And I plan on hitting the highest point in Wisconsin, Timm's Hill, and connecting it to the two highest points in Michigan, Mount Curwood and Mt. Arvon. And I plan on ending up on a beach on Lake Superior for my final night camping. So I will give you coordinates for most of the stuff I plan on hitting. I'll give you coordinates for a lot of the established campgrounds that I drive by or that I stay at. I will not be giving you a turn-by-turn route, spoon-fed directions, or coordinates to every cool place that I find. It's up to you as adventurers and explorers to find these places on your own. And if you don't find the exact places that I hit, don't worry. The next road over, there's probably equally cool stuff to see. But this is, like I said, this is a route that I've been planning for a little while. Eventually I would like to do it on motorcycles, but I'm doing it in the Jeep right now. Hopefully the motorcycle trip, if anyone's interested in this trip and wants to do it on a bike, send me a message. We'll put something together for this fall. 100% doing it this fall. So with that said, I am in Wisconsin. Let me check my map. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I am camping at the Eastwood Recreation Area in the Nicolet National Forest on Mondeaux Flowage, Mondeaux. I do not know how to pronounce that, so I'm sorry to everyone in Wisconsin. But yeah, from here it's just a short jaunt up to Timm's Hill. Check that out. And then it's a very northeasterly route back to Michigan. And it's hard to do an overland route up here because of how populated the Northwoods of Wisconsin is in this area, with all the lakes. You have Eagle River, Three Lakes, Sugar Camp, St. Germain, Senior, Lake Tomahawk, all these little towns that I'm gonna try to skirt around. So the initial part of this trip will be a 0 out of 10 difficulty as far as the driving goes. It's gonna be a mix of very well graded national forest roads, paved national forest roads, and a mix of like 2-lane blacktop backwoods stuff. The closer you do get to Michigan, the less pavement that there's going to be. So the difficulty level on this trip is going to be exponentially increasing in difficulty from a 0 here to close to a 10, the closer you get to Mount Arvon and Curwood and Lake Superior. At that point, we'll be up in the Huron Mountains, and it's extremely remote up there. So that should be fun. So if you get a little bored at the beginning of this video, make sure to stick around, because the video will get exponentially better as it goes on, I promise. Alright, with that, I'm going to make some dinner and call it a night. And I'll get back to you probably over coffee in the morning as I pack up and head out. Alright, thanks. Well, after a really great night of sleep, being the only one in the campground, the only thing I heard all night long was a little wind and the trees rustling until about 6 a.m. I don't know if you can hear. But there's a lot of thunder out there right now, and it's just starting to rain. So that'll affect my plans a little bit. Ugh. Well, I slept in a little bit and was hoping that the rain would stop, but it just kept raining. So I packed up the tent, made some coffee, got my map loaded, and gonna say goodbye to this campsite. Not terrible. I would avoid it on the weekends for sure, although the campground where I'm at, I'm the only one here. Oops, that'd be that campground up there. This other campground, down here, I would avoid at all costs. That seems to be the most popular campground. And there's surprisingly no dispersed camping anywhere around here. So I'm gonna head out. Hopefully the rain stops and I'll be able to cook some breakfast at some point this morning. And yeah, well, let's go. Yeah, very nice campground. Alright, onward. Let's see if we find something interesting. Alright, like not too far out of the campground. Wisconsin has this cool program called the Rustic Road Program. They take these interesting roads, scenic or historical or something about them, and they create these short little numbered rustic roads. And I just happened to be near Rustic Road number 1. Rustic Road, and it winds down through here. pretty neat. They're typically gravel, but I've seen paved ones. Very cool. I'm not going to read that for you, but I'll put up a screenshot of it and you can pause and check it out. That's very cool. And there it is, Rustic Road number 1. How cool is that? R1, next 5 miles. Alright, we hit another rustic road, R62, next 2 miles. This one's paved. But this is also the road up to the highest point in Wisconsin, Timm's Hill. So, let's check it out. All these Wisconsin roads are just really great. Lots of curves and hills. Timm's Hill County Park, Wisconsin's highest geographical point. There's the park. Damn it, there's someone here. There's always someone. No matter where you go, there's people. County Park. Highest point in Wisconsin. 1,951 feet. That's not too far away from Arvon and Curwood. Timm's Hill National Trail. Yeah, Tomahawk. A lot of hiking. Alright, so we're here. And we're going to climb the observation tower. Let's get at it. 300 yards. Ugh. In memory of the first settlers. Alright. I'll catch up when I hit the tower. Well, I am officially the highest person in Wisconsin right now, and that is saying quite a bit. Man, I am starving. Since there's not much of a view up here, I think I'm just going to head back down and grab a snack. Look at that fog rolling in. Is that cool? Alright. See you at the bottom. Man, I am less than 20 miles from Timm's Hill. Show the map here. I wonder if that actually is visible. But anyway, I'm up in Oneida County Memorial Forest, heading towards the Willow Flowage Scenic Wilderness area. And it is just beautiful roads back here. Quite a few roads. I'm gonna see if I can get up into the flowage here and head out. See what there is to see. And the sun came out, the rain stopped, the clouds went away. It turned out to be a fantastic day after all. Alright, let's see what's up here. Alright, check out this spot. We got someone fishing off in the distance. Water looks a little low. But yeah, could be a cool spot to camp. Let's see what the sign says here. We are in the Willow Flowage Scenic Waters area. I believe we are here, McCord Landing. Grab one of these scenic guides. No overnight boat mooring, chainsaw prohibited, reserve site before occupying. There is camping here somewhere. Alright. Very cool. Let's continue. Willow Reservoir. So, I came in this McCord Road up to McCord Landing, and I'm going to take this Iron Gate Road all the way back out to County Road Y, and then probably out. Not sure. There's a lot to see here. I have less than half a tank of gas. It's probably fine. Alright, let's go. Alright, quick update. You can't actually drive to the camping sites. It's hike-in only. There's a parking area here. And you have to hike in the rest of the way. So, that's interesting. Slightly annoying. But, I guess as far as overlanding goes, this Willow Reservoir Wilderness area might not be like a great choice for camping, but 100% awesome choice for a route through here. Yeah, awesome. Alright, let's see what else we can find here. Well, here is the Willow Reservoir Dam. There's a little picnic area. There's a boat launch here. Willow flowage. Quite a few people fishing here. Welcome to the Willow. The Willow Dam. Pretty neat area. Yeah, nice little dam. Looks like there's 3 gates. You got a guy fly fishing over there. I don't know. Neat little spot. Unfortunately, pavement is lava. Well, alright. Getting kind of close to Minocqua, and it's getting increasingly more private. So we're on pavement now, and we're just tooling through all these little lakes around and outside of Minocqua. It's just your typical northern Wisconsin, little cottages, lakes, little twisty roads between all the lakes. It's pretty neat. It's really nice. Lots of cool stuff to see. But I mean, this is what the roads pretty much all look like. Nothing crazy, but definitely a neat way to cut through here without hitting the highway. I think as I get closer to Minocqua, I'm going to try to find a gas station and then see if I can find an interesting route out of Minocqua. I need to head up towards Eagle River, and I kind of have to do a bit of a northwesternly route. I plan to cross over into Michigan somewhere between Iron River and Waters Meet, somewhere in that area. And we could take a look at the map maybe next time I stop or later this evening, and I'll give you an update of where I am. But as of right now, not that you can probably see that, but Minocqua. Alright. So I stopped in Minocqua for some fuel, and really there's just no way around Minocqua and St. Germain and Eagle River unless you go really far north or really far south and come back around, which is fine. If you want to go into town, Eagle River is a really neat touristy town with shops and stores and restaurants and stuff. I'm skirting the southern edge of all this, and just on forest highways and county roads, and there's some neat stuff back here. Right now I'm at the very southern end of Rainbow Flowage, just south of St. Germain. So I'm just kind of, I'm heading east right now, trying to stay below, what is that? State Highway 70. As I come up into Eagle River, I'm going to cross 70 and go through town and then head east again north of Highway 70. But it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I figured it's time for some coffee and some cheddar smoked sausage. I don't know. Found a really neat, there's a dam here. I'll take a walk and show you everything. There's a dam, a couple boat launches, picnic tables, neat little area. I should pop open the rooftop tent though and see if I can dry it out a little. It's pretty wet. Alright, I'm going to enjoy my coffee and broths, and then I'll take you guys for a walk, show you the area. Rainbow Reservoir Dam Recreation Area, Wisconsin Valley Improvement Company. A lot of fishing lines up in the power poles there. lot of people fishing. The canoe portage. Ooh, let's see if we can see some dam stuff. Looks like they might be doing some work on this particular one. Can't see the rest. That is a very big backwater. Pretty neat, but I think I need to pack up my lunch and head out. Well, I managed to circumnavigate the Eagle River area right there. I ended up going around it, and what else? I also missed, I did go through Lake Tomahawk, but I missed Minocqua. Most of this was pavement, but it was, you know, your little northern Wisconsin lake property stuff. Basically all that type of pavement. But now, yeah, back on dirt for the foreseeable future. We're also back on an ORV route. And if you want to cut Christmas trees, you need a permit. So yeah, back on dirt. So if you did not want to go through the way I did, more than likely you can head a lot further south and head up into the Nicolet National Forest again, and there's a lot of dirt roads here. As you can see, that's kind of my route I wanted to cut across, and cut across into Michigan and into the Ottawa National Forest. And from there, I mean, where do you want to go? But, alright, I think I'm gonna head out and find a camp spot. Welcome to Michigan. This is the border crossing from Wisconsin, entering the Ottawa National Forest and into Michigan. Michigan looks darker than Wisconsin. See on the map, we crossed the border there. I'll put the coordinates for the border crossing. No customs, didn't have to declare anything. I don't know, pretty easy border crossing. Look at the size of these thistles. Have you ever seen thistles that tall? Wow. Wow. Those are crazy. And I have no idea what the name of the lake is. My map's not loading. But I am trying to get up to Lake St. Catherine, where I will camp tonight, as it's 6:44. So I'm due to hit the old campsite. Alright, here's the campsite. Nice big spot. This is a National Forest campground. There's a few people here. I think there's maybe like 20 spots or so. But yeah. Gotta back up to the edge here so there's a nice view. private stairway. My own private beach. Look at that lake. Do I go swimming? Nah, probably not. Not terrible. Alright. I need to set this camper up here.